Hello, everybody. I'm gonna do the rundown quick on the. Oh God, what is this? It's a Sacred Fist monk, Pali, rogue. This is the first of the Sacred Fist archeotypes that I had to make, and I mixed this one right off the bat as a 12 paladin, 6 monk, rogue 2. And I did that to be a quarterstaff user instead of your fists. Like typical monk, I guess. What did I find? What did I do? This one is a half-orc. I started with a base strength of 20. I think I put max con at 18. And I did the rest in whatever. I did 10 charisma. Yeah, the extra points were put into charisma just because the Sacred Fist is can be a charisma based hit and damage paladin. So the yeah, I don't know. I mean, I like this. I like the Sacred Fist as is. Can't use a shield though, so you can't really make a tank out of it. I guess is the first thing. I mean, I'll explain that a little bit more later. So I just thought that the whole thing was, is going to be a melee, just a DPSer. But okay, I'll just open up the enhancements to look at that now. You lose something and then you gain something. So you gain the Radiant Servant Paladin tree here. And the Sacred Defender is still in there, but a lot of the stuff in here is for a shield. And you'll be unbalanced as a monk if you wear a shield. So they're not really... I didn't even bother going into that. I was just like, well, let's go do the first one and just see what's cracking with it. And maybe you'll come up with ideas for the other two that you're going to do eventually. So I put all my points over here instead of into Sacred Fist. I dumped them in on the Henshin Mystic, which is the quarterstaff using monk. So 39 over there. I put 13 into falconry just to get this conditioning up here and some other things, the haste boost. Or the sprint boost. And 6 points over here into Thief Acrobat to speed up the attack speed of the quarterstaff. Thief Acrobatics. And to run a little faster, even faster. Then 20 points into Sacred Fist. Now, let's see, how do I explain this? I have 19 points over here in the half-orc tree because it's just awesome for melee. Two-handed weapon users. Okay, you could just do this as a straight up, whatever, your 5th tier as a Sacred Fist Paladin. I mean, that'll work too. It does better against demons, devils, and, mobs that are also susceptible to fire, or if you change it over your Sacred Fist imbue to light. But the deal is with the Sacred Fist is you get a lot of imbue dice out of this. Even on the bottom tier, if you did just make a straight 20 Paladin Sacred Fister, you get extra imbue dice down here on the bottom as you're taking it up. One more is like 7, 8, 10. I don't even know how many imbue dice you could get out of this. And then your favorite weapon is also boosted to its attack and damage on the way up. 10 more melee power up there. What's this? The Avenging Whirlwind, only a ×2 weapon damage multiplier though. or +2. But you get vulnerability out of that. Yeah, I don't know. I have so many quarterstaffs in the bank that I'll stick with the henshin. Staff specializations getting you that boost up here to your critical multiplier and threat range with quarterstaffs, and then the final strike. Every light cast a shadow is doing negatives to everybody and some around you. So yeah, I mean, if you weren't like a racial completionist, you could get some more points out of here and do, put them wherever you wanted, even in the thief acrobat. Interestingly enough, the thief acrobat with 3 levels of rogue will get you swords to plowshares feet, and you won't have to spend a feat on the way up. So you could have probably also done this build as a 12 5-3. You only need 5 levels of monk to get up here. You're losing this sounding staff down here. You lose the quick draw feat if you do that, but big deal. Whatever you want. I'm not here to tell y'all how to go build your tunes. You might just get some ideas. I hope that you just take ideas from my build and don't copy them. I don't care though. Who cares? So I'll go over to feats. What am I doing? How do I explain this as the best I can? I got this idea. I'll do the ideas that I had later because the Radiant Servant trees open up here. And I might still play around with this a little bit at level 32 just to see what else I can mix in or what another Destiny could be like. But, I mean, overall, this gets like a 7 out of 10 for my book because it has a lot of ways that you can play it. It's very variable again. And it's mixable. Like, you can mix a lot of stuff in here or try to do a couple different things with it. Now, for the purpose of this video, I'm just explaining this first version of the 3. So, there you go. Anyway, I took all the two-handed fighting feats up heroically. Heroically, you gain evasion from being a monk and from being a rogue with 2 levels. I also took the least dragon mark of finding, thinking maybe I was going to do some traps later, but I didn't invest very many points into it at all. See, the only thing I went into in a rogue over here was the thief acrobat, and I'm not really intelligence or dex based, so that wasn't working so well. Power attack, I did have to take swords to plowshares. Improve critical bludgeoning weapons are my 3. And I did take some of the monk feats to get up to master of forms. I am not a grand master of forms. That's another feat that I could have taken. And that's because in the fire stance, even the sun stance with Master of Forms is giving you a +1 critical multiplier on attack rolls of 19 or 20. Okay? The sun stance is only giving you essentially more ki per hit on a critical. Which, yeah, I mean, it doesn't really matter to me. This thing hits so often that I'm not having any problems with ki. I did take one of these Follower of the Path of Light or something, or whatever, Divine Dream. Nope, that was granted. Beloved of the Divine is what I took. That's another martial or simple favored weapons +3 to attack and damage with your favored weapons. So that was a feat that I did take. Let's see. What is nice about this? Just for having 2 levels of rogue, I'm still and one of the Scions is giving me as a thorough plane more sneak attack damage. So I'm at 11d6 plus 12 on that. I mean, it's a minor thing. If I don't have aggro, you know, I like it. I like doing that. Trying to get extra sneak attack dice is okay. I think that assassin wizard mix that I did last time was coming in at like 26d6 or something. So I mean, it was pretty substantial. You know, it all adds up. And I'm just trying to look. No, I don't think I missed any heroic feats in there. I didn't really worry about dodge or anything like that. I don't even care. I don't even care. I just keep going all offensive. If that's what I'm going to do, I'm going to do melee. The Epic Destinies feats that I am running currently are Double Strike from Marshall, Enchant Weapon 3 times from Arcane Past Life. This is Ancient Blessings with 15 heal amp for positive, negative, and repair. And Ancient Power, and the reason why I got Ancient Power in there instead of Colors of the Queen maybe is it's +2 to damage per stack of this past life feat for two-handed fighting. That's a two-handed weapon. Quarterstaff is a two-handed weapon, along with the Great Axe and the Maul and the Falchion. So we're going max damage. I'm running in the iconic Razor Claw Shifter. I had the rest of some other ones over here. The Azamar Scrooge is over there for 2% double strike. And sometimes I've been switching off, but yeah, it's just going for main. The Tiefling Scoundrel is not stacking, the past life is not stacking with permanent haste feat, which I thought I took in here. We're gonna go up there to legendary feats. Yeah, blinding speed, overwhelming critical. Destiny feats, a crush weakness is double strike there. Embodiment of law. There's 2 more imbue dice. Perfect two-handed fighting. 30% strike through chance. I'm gonna go to the plus sign here. So the melee, if you go to the plus sign on your character sheet, the strike through chances come in at 195%. 2 weapon attacks or quarter staff attack speed bonus is listed there at 15%. Two-handed attack speed bonus, however, is not listed there. I don't know why. I don't know. And then your imbue dice is listed, I think, under this general combat. Yep, there it is, 9. Which I don't know what that means. That means that it's boosting the Sacred Flame stance. That should be then what? I don't know, 96? I have no idea. It's just, I don't like the new system. I do like that this one for Sacred Flame scales with 200% melee power, though. However, the lighting the candle from the 4th tier monk will not stack with it. They both cannot be active at the same time. What I don't like then is it shows that out of the lighting the candle, I would be getting 1d6, same amount of fire damage on hit. And then on critical, I would be doing an extra 1d6 force damage, in which I have no idea if the imbue dice, I might actually just switch over to that right now because I'm not really even running the Sacred Fist. So there you'll see one goes active and the other one is then turned off. I am no longer a Sacred Fister. I lost the positive healing amplification from that and gained extra 1d6 force damage on crit. Yeah, I mean, this all used to work together back in the day, but now it doesn't, and now there's an imbue dice rolled in. I have no idea. How to even calculate that damage? It's just, you know, why we got to change everything and then make it, I don't know, new again so nobody understands it? Question mark. Sneak attack dice shows there too, 11d6. Sneak attack damage bonus to 12. That's probably from past life rogue and stuff. I don't know where exactly. Might be coming from an ender set. I don't know, one of these crit things on here. Alright, movement speed modifier is up to 173 without any buff. Goes to 203 with the action boost sprint. Alright, so running through all that, this is what I'm talking about. If you're not allowed with the Sacred Defender, like I realize DDO just wants to release the archetypes as a new sort of class, so they don't have to do a bunch of writing of new code to make up a new thing that works compared or relatively close to the rest of the other whatever 15 or 14 classes there are. Okay, I get it. No problem. So there's 6 archetypes out there. This one, they give you the Sacred Defender, which is from the Paladin tree, and like I said, there's bonuses in here for using a shield. Like a lot of them. And you could, in theory, make a monk that runs around in mountain stance to boost your AC and PRR and hit points and everything. And threat generation. And then go in here and take the stuff out of here as a Sacred Defender and make a tank. Right? That would be your primary thing there. But you're still losing a lot of points out of here for that. And then mix in, you know, whatever else you wanted, Sacred Fist or the Falconry Tree or whatever, you know. Probably would make that tanker build a dwarf. Even though dwarf also has a bunch of bonuses for tower shields. You know, and make that work. But it's kind of inefficient. It's inefficient in terms of the tank that you could build. So that I don't get. And then obviously they took out the Vanguard fighter, which would use a large shield for bashing. So yeah, I think they should just come up with a better tree here, but that's just my opinion. However, they added in the Radiant Servant, which is almost like you could make an old clonk. And I think that's what I'm going to do on my next thing. It gets the Radiant Servant burst and everything up here, positive energy aura also. And it gets turning, which, you know, a Paladin can already turn on its own, although if you don't spec into it, it's not as good. Can't turn as many hit dice, which has notoriously been broken, or doesn't scale well at all at the high levels. So, however, as much as I'm bashing on having that tree in there, I still like this. I still dig this. Like, it still gets a 7 out of 10 for me, because even if I negate this middle tree here, this the Radiant Servant allows you to build a bunch of builds out of this. You could even mix this with Cleric if you wanted to, or a Favored Soul. Not going to be able to wear heavy armor like a Cleric, or medium like the Favored Soul. To try and get more AC and PRR and everything. A little tankier. But you could still run around a mountain stance and make a good clonk that could probably hang in there and heal the people around you. So along those lines, I did go into... I was going to go do it in a little bit here. I'm actually... into the Divine Crusader tree for consecration and crusade up on the, what, 3rd tier. So I am using that quite a bit because as a melee, you know, I'm right up in whatever, I'm right in the area of most of the other melees anyway. So trying to help them, as well as the monk light side path of the harmonious balance clicky, you know, that's healing. And I was like, well, then why not go all in? Like, forget it. Like, I'll get out a Grandmaster of Flowers here and run around in Divine Crusader here, or an Exalted Angel with that aura, and consecrate a ground and just swing away with my quarterstaff, even though I know it's not going to be as much damage as what it would be if I had 5th tier Grandmaster of Flowers. See, more of a helper bot than a hardcore melee when you do that, when you spec it over. And I can always redo my enhancement trees to go into that clonk mode in the next couple days if I want to. So if you understand what I'm saying, if you're picking up what I'm laying down, for that reason, I still give this a pretty high grade for the Machack scale. 7 or an 8 out of 10, because I can make a lot of builds out of this. And I don't just have to be a monk fist banger. Right? I like that. I've always liked that. Now, if they could just fix the imbue dice system, man, whatever that mess is. So I'm still running this with the old Ender set on. And that's 5 pieces. It's the gloves, the boots, the bracers, goggles, and the green steel necklace. And I'm also, this time around, as a melee, I'm running Legendary Stalker's outfit, clothing, what is this set? Dread Stalker set, which is 3 pieces. And I'm also running the Dread Isles Curse set, which is 5. Right? Is my math right there? 10, 5, plus 5 is 10. Nope. Oh, the last piece is the quarterstaff. And here's where I ran into a little bit of a snafu. So it's 11 pieces total to wear 3 sets. I ran into a snafu on here. Okay, this is the legendary Spearfisher. And I don't really prefer this quarterstaff because it's only got 1 slot in it. It's a red slot. And what did I put in? I put in the Aya Dol Ruth this time for 10d6 evil damage. I needed it though to complete that Dread Isles Curse set. So otherwise, I'd probably still try to fit something in here. For the Staff of Shadow instead. I mean, that purple augment slot right there for me, and the orange are worth it. I got enough cool things to go in there to make this thing do slightly more damage, but it has a higher chance of killing things immediately. The Sovereign Vorpal gem from the raid, Dryad and Demigod. And I just like to use it. I prefer it over this single slot. Who cares? Cold of Vulnerability and Animal Bane and Title and whatever. Still, if you don't have those other weapons or the other gear at your disposal, it's fine. And it is a piece of the Dread set, you know. It's fine to run around up here with it. Look at all the crap on there. Extraordinary Virtue. My weapons and shields are made of light. I don't even know where that came from. What is that? Okay, and then what was the other bad thing that I didn't like so much? The only other bad thing. Heals by yourself on Reaper. Yeah, that's always a problem. It's not really something we should have to worry about so much. What am I up to? 100 Reaper points, 42 in Grim Barricade, 46 in Dread Adversary, Dire Thaumatage, it's got 12. That's just in Charisma. Right, I didn't even go up here to get more Reaper's charges or anything. Anywho, totally up to you how you do it. I still like what they did here, even though, you know, it's not the same.
You can't
can
put
always
aside the inevitable.
Switch over to some hand wraps if you want to go beat on something that's faster. I don't really, I think I still have the original Sorin hand wraps loaded just in case I run into something that I gotta hit with my fists. I don't know. Oh, I remember what I was gonna show you. Yeah, Epic Destiny's first thing I forgot to tell you was, let's see, you could also even go over to Legendary Dreadnought or Rage. What's the Rage one? The Primal Scream Avatar 2 for strength boost and for rage bonuses while raging, because I have action boost orc rage. Okay, so in that sense also, it's you can almost do any Epic Destiny except for maybe the true caster ones. Draconic, no. Probably not. Probably wouldn't do that. What's it showing up? Double Strike coming in at 35. Melee attack speed bonus is at 15 with permanent haste. Melee power's coming in at 212. So there you go. If you want to try and figure that damage out for me over there, yeah, go ahead. And then the other thing was boosting all of your strength to get that to do more damage. As per usual, you know, I run this with this bank here in the middle of most of the boosts that I can do during gameplay. Another one is Gloves of the Titan's Grip. This is giving you a psionic bonus. No, it won't even hover over there. Come on, game. Giving you a 6-minute or +6 bonus to your strength as a psionic bonus. Another item, if you need a strength boost, is the old Madstone boots, which I don't know if it's what the bonus type is. So, like, if you're having problems getting up, you know, past 75 on a first lifer or whatever, those items right there usually get you past, like, to go get the lever and the Tempest Spine if you need to or whatever. But I try to use those clickies and Divine Favor from the Paladin spells just to boost what's going on. This Sacred Flame Empowerment, it only lasts like 20 seconds, but it's giving you 3 more imbue dice and doing 1d20 Bane damage that scales with melee power. So that's almost like a constant cast clicky there as you go. Okay, I also took Seek Eternal Rest here in case I did decide to turn. And for a long time in my sentient weapon, from level 1 or from 20 to 28, I actually had Final Burial listed in here. Oops. So I was boosting my turn hit dice and everything else, but now I just switched off. I went over to the Beast Mantle Strength. I also put Nistals in there, Mystical Defense. For 5, get some extra MRR and 100 extra hit points out of it. And then Sucker Punch 1 against many. So I also have something like that. A couple of the doubles of that are in here. So there's another Sucker Punch 1 against many strength rare in my sentient item artifact. Sucker Punch Strength, Beast Mantle Strength, Beast Mantle Melee Power. So I wasn't even really playing it for the 5th tier sentient effects this life either. And I guess if I do that, if I do move over to being more of a cleric and a turner, turn undead guy, then I'm probably going to have to swap out a bunch of those filigrees and also put in a bunch of gems and stuff for charisma, just to try to get that higher totals. As per usual, you'll probably have to spam it. Probably have to spam undead turns. I ended up with a bunch of them anyway. Got 20. It's like, what else are you going to use them on? So, what is there? I can't find the freaking domain. I thought I was supposed to get a domain. A cleric domain, or is that only if it's only for clerics? Right. So what else would work? 12 paladin, 6 cleric, you'd get a domain. 2 rogue to keep that quarterstaff use up if you wanted to. You could go to strength domain. You could go to light domain, fire domain. I thought I was supposed to get one though for paladin. No. I have no idea. What am I in? I'm in, what is this? Beloved of the Divine. That's just for your weapon. Your sacred weapons. Follower of Arion. That's why. So they give you this and they take out domains. Maybe you'd still get a domain. Who knows? Anyway, that'll do it for the video. Thank you all. Thank you all. Have a good tour of GDO. Hope you like it.